Good morning, welcome to breakfast with me, Naga Munchetty, here in Downing Street after the resignation of the UK's shortest serving Prime Minister, and Charlie State in the studio in Salford. Our headlines today. Good morning, it's Friday the 21st of October. I'm outside number 10 Downing Street. Liz Truss moved into that famous building when she became Prime Minister just 6 weeks ago. By the end of next week, at the latest, she'll be gone, making her the shortest serving Prime Minister in British history. She tendered her resignation to King Charles III yesterday after a premiership marred by financial turmoil, a series of humiliating U-turns and key ministerial sackings, and a day of chaos in Parliament in which party discipline fell apart. On today's programme, we'll be looking at what went wrong for Liz Truss and how the next incumbent of number 10 will be selected by a week today. We'll be talking to some of the MPs who are backing the front-runners and to opposition parties and political journalists here in Westminster. We'll also bring you reaction from voters and businesses around the UK. First, our political correspondent Ione Wells reports on yet another historic and remarkable day in British politics. Now, I only went through kind of the runners and riders. We've got to talk about Boris Johnson because the papers, and we'll get to those in a moment, are saying he could come back. The rumours are flying. Now, we saw the "Hasta la vista, baby" quote from Parliament, but we should play this as well because he gave a hint not so long ago. Thanks very much. Interesting look at what people are saying there. I think the key watchword is stability, isn't it? That's what people want. They want a stable government. They want stability when it comes to their finances too. Now, look, quite a mild morning, quite a settled morning. In contrast, remember we were talking to Nick Eardley here yesterday and it was chucking it down. He said it never rains, but it pours. How prophetic. Let's talk to Matt. Let's see if that stability in the weather forecast can continue. Good morning, you're watching Breakfast with Charlie in the studio and me here on Downing Street as the Conservative Party starts to pick another new Prime Minister, the fourth in less than 4 years. It follows, of course, Liz Truss's resignation after just 45 days in office. Her successor should be announced by Friday of next week at the latest. And although nobody has officially thrown their hat in the ring yet, there are some likely candidates. Let's go through those. Now, we'll be bringing you much more here from Downing Street. I'm going to take you back to Charlie in the studio. Charlie, morning to you. We saw Larry the cat here, and one of the things we noticed is he's quite aloof. He doesn't really kind of care for strangers. I think he's been so used to so many people going in and out. So I have extra admiration for you, Charlie, because you actually managed to get a little stroke with him. He's completely ignored all of us here.
Yes, when I was down there, that was the time.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Charlie. We've heard this morning from voters around the country. We've been talking to political journalists. We've been talking to MPs as well from all the parties about what they want to see next and who's going to replace Liz Truss. I think it would be a good point to find out where we are now, where we go forward. Best person to do that, of course, is our political correspondent.